brand new from Logitech. This thing just came out. It's in stores right now. The MX Brio webcam. It's 4K, has artificial intelligence for better light. Supposed to be one of the best ones they've made yet. Tech it before you wreck it. What's up, geeks? I'm Kirk, and here it is, brand new. In fact, it's in stores now. I've got a link to where you can buy it in the description if you're interested in that. But we want to find out what comes inside the box of the brand new MX Brio. It's the newest from Logitech, and maybe you've heard of the Brio webcam, very popular webcam, high-end webcam from Logitech. I love that camera, in fact. This is kind of a follow-up to that. So it's a combination of the Brio line and the MX line from Logitech. It's got 4K, 30 frames per second. It's got AI to adjust in low light mode so you can better see your face. And I'm looking forward to this, a swivel mode, so you can swivel the camera down to show what's on your desk and then swivel it back up to show your face as well. So without further ado, let's get this over to the table and see what comes inside the box. There it is, the MX Brio, brand new camera from Logitech. Take a look at the box here. You can see it's a pretty simple, small-sized box with a picture of the camera on the front here. MX Brio, the Master Series by Logitech, which apparently is what MX stands for. 4K Ultra HD collaboration and streaming webcam. You can see on the bottom here, it's got the Logitech logo down there. It says 4K 30 frames per second or 1080p 60 frames per second. So for specs reasons, if you're wondering, that's what it can do. Let's look at the sides here. Instant privacy. I do like this. It's got a little swivel thing on the front, we'll see in a second, that you can turn that closes the privacy shield, if you will. On the back, what do we got here? AI enhanced image quality, because no product can come out in 2024 without some mention of artificial intelligence. Whether it's true, whether it's useful, we shall see. Elevate how you present yourself with 4K resolution, AI enhanced auto light correction, and 90-degree field of view. Sound clear and authentic. Dual beamforming noise reducing mics utilize AI, again, AI, to minimize background noise and ensure you are clearly heard. And customizable controls. Get your image right with the Logi software, adjust color and brightness, show your desk, and more. And then on the other side, we've got what you need, configuration requirements, USB-C port supporting USB 3.0, so this uses 3.0, which makes sense if you're doing 4K video. You're gonna need that. The Logitech software on Mac or Windows, compatibility Windows 10, Mac OS 10.15, Chrome OS or Linux. Nice to see Chrome OS and Linux mentioned on the bottom there. Works with Zoom, Teams, WebEx, Skype, FaceTime, Google Meet, Streamlabs, and OBS. Which, you know, of course, it's a webcam, plugs in your computer. It's gonna work with any program that uses the webcam for the most part. What's interesting is that you don't see any mention of Windows Hello, and that would be something the MX Brio does not have compared to the other camera, the Brio. If you've used that before, that camera's been out for about 5 or 6 years. That one supported Windows Hello, which is face detection, so you can unlock Windows with your face. The MX Brio does not support that. Let's get inside this box, which means we are going to need our tools to do that. Our trusty knife comes into play here. We're going to need to slice this open down here on the bottom. All right, let's get inside and see what is inside the box here. Oh, that's pretty cool. On the top of the box here, we've got hello, bonjour, and it's got a little QR code for some basic setup instructions. It also has some simple instructions telling you to download the software. Is this telling you to clean the back of your monitor, I think? I think that's what that's telling you to do. Oh, and then you can mount the sticky thing onto the monitor. I see what they're telling you to do there. You pull the sticky thing off. I'm guessing it's one of those like reusable adhesive surfaces. We'll have to see though. Shows you how to mount this onto your monitor, then shows you how to kind of use it, plug it in your computer. You don't really need instructions for that, but there you go. That's on the lid when you open up the box here. And inside we have the MX Brio camera, which has some weight to it. I gotta tell you, it's a metal exterior. I can feel how cold this is on the outside, which is a nice feeling when you buy tech. You hate for it to feel plasticky and cheap, and this does not feel, which makes sense for the price point. It's a $200 camera, but man, this is probably the sturdiest, most heavy-duty web camera I've ever put my hands on. Let's see what else is in the box here. So it looks like some of the mounts to go onto the computer itself. Pull this up and see what's underneath the packaging here. Looks like this is going to be our cable in here. And I mean, just like the camera's heavy duty, this is one heck of a heavy duty USB-C cable, a very thick USB-C cable. Again, if you're doing USB 3.0 and you're carrying 4K video through it, you're going to want a pretty decent cable. And so it's nice that it includes this. And with other devices like this, if you don't use it included in cable or a really good USB cable, oftentimes you'll have issues. So you want to make sure you use the cable that comes inside the box with this camera. And then we've got some basic instructions, some literature, create the full professional setup, obviously promoting the other MX products here from Logitech. And this looks like a pretty basic setup instruction sheet here in 15 gazillion different languages. Gotta love that. I'm not gonna spend the time going through that right now. I wanna show you what the hardware looks like as I move some of this packaging out of the way. All right, so back to the camera itself, and here we go. We talked about that shield that opens and closes. Look at that. I gotta tell you, this is pretty cool for a web camera. You know, many come with covers that you can put on the front of them, but I love this being integrated, and I love how sleek that is. Oh, it's got a protective seal. Are you ready? The moment of truth, the moment of bliss. Oh, there it is. Gotta love that. There's nothing like that. And look how clean that glass is, or that plastic or what have you on the front of here. Ultra wide 4K. Says it's an 8.5 megapixel sensor, which makes sense. It's a 4K sensor. You've got, looks like a standard 1/4-inch tripod mount on the bottom there. On the back, you've got your USB-C port, the left and right, nothing going on there. And your beamforming microphones, dual beamforming microphones. So it looks like you've got a microphone here on one side, a microphone here on the other side, and then that looks like a light. So you can see when the webcam is actually in use. So this is it. This is the mount that connects this to your monitor itself, and we'll take a quick look at this to see exactly what this looks like. So this is that adhesive piece that we were talking about. I don't think this is double-sided tape. I don't really know because I haven't tested it out yet, but my guess is this probably is that resealable surface. Yeah, that's what it feels like, where it doesn't actually stick to the monitor. It's sticky, but it doesn't actually stick like a double-sided tape, because who would want to put double-sided tape on their monitor? I wouldn't. And then you can usually use warm soap and water to clean this off if it starts to get less sticky, and it should renew it, if you will. And then this looks like this is where the camera itself sits in, right there. So that's kind of nice, right? Because this is designed, it's magnetic here. I'm not sure if you can tell, it's actually magnetic. It's designed to go into this mount for your monitor, but at the same time, it has a threaded 1/4-inch hole there, so you could use this with standard tripod mounts. So that is really nice, and that's how you know this is meant to be used for things other than just your computer. You can use this for something like, you know, shooting video blogs outside of your computer if you want to put it on a tripod, maybe attached to something else. This hinge is interesting too. They did this on purpose so that you can hinge the camera to point down to your desk. So if you're trying to do a show and tell and the camera sits on the top of your monitor like this, and you want to do a show and tell and show your desk, you simply flip it like that. We'll have to see how that works with the software when we do a full review of this. But this is a pretty nice looking camera, the brand new MX Brio camera from Logitech. So again, if you're looking to buy this, I have that link in the description to help you find it. And what do you want to know in my full review, which is coming up? What do you want me to test out on the MX Brio other than the obvious? Slam that down in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to this channel because we've got the review of the MX Brio coming up. I've also got a lot more cool tech videos, unboxings, just cool geeky tech stuff. Tech it before you wreck it. I'm Kirk.